The following is a presentation of TFNN, live at TFNN, the Money Masters. Now, the Money Masters.
Good day, Money Masters and Treasure Hunters. Welcome to the September 26th, terrific Thursday edition of the Money Masters Show. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I am grateful for your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with tools that empower human potential. Why? Because, folks, living up to our potential, that is something you and we must master each and every day. So let's begin with a empowering belief. You know, beliefs have the power to create, and they have the power to destroy. You and we have the awesome ability to take any experience in our life, any experience, and create a meaning that either disempowers us or, better yet, one that can empower us. It's a choice, folks. One that will literally save our lives out there. Always choose the empowering belief. What we can or cannot do, what we consider possible or impossible, is rarely a function of our true capability. It's more a function of our beliefs about who it is that we are. Destroy those disempowering beliefs, folks, because you absolutely can do anything. So begin your day by setting some type of outcome, some type of goal, and then make sure that, number one, you've written it down on a pad of paper. You've got to write it down. Don't do it in your mind. It doesn't work. It gets all jumbled up there. And then here's the next Steve-O step that you've got to take. Write down some outcome that you want to accomplish today. And then before you leave that spot where you've written it down, take some type of action to move you towards that. Take some type of action that's going to create that momentum. You take that action, folks, and guess what? You will achieve that outcome. It is as simple as that. Destroy those empowering beliefs and go move towards your outcome. How about let's go check out the outcomes of the markets out here right now. The Dow, the week link out here, is up 111 points. It's giving us a confirmed buy signal as we speak right now. We're early into the trading session out here, but the markets want higher price. We've been saying that for a few days. The question has been when and where the retracement was going to take us to. The S&P, that's up 11 points this morning. Composite is up 33. Russell 2000. You want to talk about a fuel jet out there? It is the Russell 2000. Apple's up a nice, it looks like about $7. Microsoft up 47 cents. Google's up a couple of bucks. Heck, I think just out of the heck of it, Oracle ought to be up about $1,000. You know, after winning that America's Cup race yesterday. How cool is that? I mean, talk about a feat. Talk about a sports feat out there to be able to come back, win 8 races in a row, and they were hauling Tookus yesterday. I mean, that was just a great race to watch. If you didn't see it, go watch it on YouTube. I believe you can download it on YouTube. It's a great race out here. But we're going to check out the races inside the markets. You can always give us a call at 877-927-6648. Leading the charge, the upside right now, you got Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. That's up about nearly 4%, up about $11. Pharmacyclics, that's up nearly $11 as well. That's up 9%. Apple just ducking in behind them a few links back. LinkedIn is up a nice $6 or so this morning. Air Products, Chemicals, APD, they're up about looks like about 5-6% out there. Amazon is up $5. Netflix is up $4.50. Bed Bath & Beyond, that's up $3.36. Bed Bath & Beyond trying to break out over some. Bed Bath & Beyond chart does not look too shabby out there, although they're getting up over a swing point on light volume. Hertz Global, that's taking it to the downside. That's the leader in the clubhouse, off $3 with volume down about 12%. X1, that is one of the 3D software companies. They're ducking in behind Hertz. They're down about $2. That's off about 8% out there. about 4.5%. Westport Innovations is down 8.5%. You got McCormick and Company. That's off 2.5, down $1.74. J-Bill Circuit. They were out with numbers last night. They're down 7% here. Avis, they're down. Avis is down about 5%. Get our call numbers 877-927-6648. Give me a call. I'll be happy to take a look at your stock chart. And thanks to Al for playing a little that weather report. That was if you catch our shows beforehand, we got our guys in production. They're playing some good music, and just reminded me at that specific song. I was telling Al just through some IM. It takes me back to, I think it was probably about 1974 or so, in my 1972 Duster out there. I can remember listening to that tune from Weather Report on cassette. I can picture where I was, or many of the different places. Let's go out to Bill in Littleton, Colorado. Bill, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Excellent.
Having
glad to hear it.
Day, so.
I'm glad to hear it. You wanted to take a look at a stock chart. Is the ticker symbol FREE?
Correct.
Okay. Tell me what you're doing there. I'm not familiar with that stock, but I'm going to get familiar with it right now.
I'm in it at 28 cents, and I'm checking to see if you think this has a chance to test a buck.
Test a buck. Okay. So you're in free. Boy, with stocks like this, it's always hard to tell. It is, because anybody can push this around. So you're in it at 28 cents, and it's at 75 right now. You've got a 100% plus return on it. So here's the first.
Right.
Here's the first bit of action here. You must have. Did you get in on this because of some fundamental aspect, or?
It was a tactical deal. I was watching the chart back on when it broke out of a trading range.
Okay.
And when it put down where it was based there.
Yeah. Are you looking at a long-term type holding? Tell me what your trade.
No, this is a trade.
Yeah.
But it's a short-term trade, And I originally had set my projection at 60 cents.
Hey.
On the high of the close on June 17th.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was looking for there, and then it broke through that, and I thought, okay, this looks like it wants to go up and test quite a bit higher.
Well, I'm going to congratulate you on the trade because you've got a nice profit in here, and the problem with equities like this, I don't know what's behind the move. 20 million shares at 20 cents or so. It's really not a lot of money in the market in order to be able to push this thing around. So. This thing also, in a period of time, from January 10th, this thing went from $4.50, and in a period of time, to January 23rd, so in a period of a week or two, it got down to $2. So this stock is telling you that it also can take away those gains, in a heartbeat. So you've got a nice profit. I would do one of two things. I'd start taking some profit. I would, if you want to hold this for a longer period, just take all your principal off the table and let it run that way, and then you can never get harmed. So I don't know if if you want to change your trading plan here with a stock like this in a chart like this. There's it's a flip of a coin. To give you any kind of technical information on it, I wouldn't be doing you justice there.
Yeah, I know one thing that happened today is they got rid of $30 million in debt.
Yeah.
And they're saying that it will allow them to start expanding again rather than just paying off debt.
Yeah. Well,
that's probably a reason for some of the move today.
Yeah, could be. I just, this is one of those things, Bill. I'm just, you got a nice profit in it. I would, if I were you, I would do something to protect those profits.
Yeah, I understand.
All righty.
That's what I've been thinking of. Thanks for your time.
Hey, you betcha. Thanks so much for calling. That was Bill in Littleton, Colorado. Let's go take a look at the. So let's go take a look at the markets out here. Let's start off. Let me move this out of here. We're going to start off taking a look at the VIX index that's traveling below the 50-day exponential moving average, which is priced out right now at the level of about 1448. So 1448, 1450. So long as price stays below this, that'll be the liquidity engine, the fuel in the market to move the markets higher out here. Let's go peek in on the 30-minute charts. Let's go see, with this nice little upthrust here, if we've moved into a bought condition, and we most certainly have. So here is the ES Mini right now. So you can see as that's moved up, so it needs to start moving sideways or something to work off that condition. Moving sideways, maybe the pulling back. It doesn't have to do it at this moment at 10:16, but on the EKG chart out here, all that it's done so far, well, it's trying to break through. It's trying to now set up some higher highs out here, but it's really going to need to break this little shooting star candle, which is from the trading session of 2 p.m. on September the 24th, so 2 days ago. That's where it's going to run into a little bit of resistance. The level out there is about 1701. The low was 1699. So it looks like that's where the ES Mini is headed to, with it getting into an overbought condition. Probably at that stage is where it starts to pull back or move sideways out there to work off that condition. That's on the S&P futures. If we take a look at the Dow futures, which has been a laggard out here, let me see if I can update this chart. I had to reset some things this morning, so let me do that. But it looks like that, too, is getting into a overbought condition. Now, also overhead here, we're taking a look at. There we go. Okay, great. So we're taking a look at, and this is going to be important to take to be watching. So we're looking at the Dow. This is a 30-minute chart. The squiggly lines that are on the screen up on the actual price piece, those are 4 different moving averages, exponential moving averages. There's the 8-day, the 21-day, 8 and 21 are 2 Fibonacci numbers, and then the standard 50 and the 200 bar out there. Now, what you can see, and a death cross is when the 50 crosses through the 200. Inside the Dow, that happened right back here. It looks like at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Dow futures is what we're looking at. Happened back at about 2 o'clock in the morning on September the 23rd out there. The price level then right around the 15,440-ish range. So it is important to be paying attention to it. Now, just as important as that was, it's going to be important to watch whether or not the Dow futures can get above the 200-period exponential moving average. If it does, that would be bullish. So right now you've got the Dow futures running into resistance, as it's also gotten into an overbought condition out here. And that says to us, okay, it's going to need to pause or move sideways. Just because it does that or moves back, that doesn't mean that the end of the run is over. But what you want to be paying attention to at the end of the day here is, can you get above, which right now is 15,320 on the futures. Can you get above that and stay above that? So that's on the 15,320. I'll just write that down on a pad of paper out here, because you'd like to see some synergy. And by synergy, I mean if I go over and in the last hour I gave you a number to be paying attention to inside the Dow, and I said that was 15,306. So a close above 15,306 confirms a little buy signal out there, a little Stevie buy signal. And better yet, if you close at 15,320, you'll know that you're above the 200-period exponential moving average out there. That, too, would be a bullish sign, and that would be your signal that we're coming into Friday, we're coming into window dressing. Let's see, is the I have my phone with me. When is the actual end of the month out here? Is it Monday or is it Friday? Let's see, the 27th is Friday, 28th, 29th, so it's Monday. How's that for math? Hey, these fingers are good for something, folks. 877-927-6648. Dow's up 101 points. We'll be right back.
Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different futures contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now you can receive a 2-week free trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com. McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a 3-fold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up about 86 points right now. S&P up about 8.5. Now, I've got on my screen here, I shared this yesterday. I had some technical glitches, so I went with my plan B, came up with a plan B with about 3 minutes to go. And I showed this chart out here. This happens to be the 30-minute chart on the ES Mini. It's one of the tools that I'm going to be teaching tomorrow in the Master Trader Workshop. Now, the cool thing is that it's one of the best tools to identify tops and bottoms, changes in trend. And that's really what you want to, we may have going on here today. We got a lot of time left in the trading session, is a change in trend out here. And just to give you an idea, this is after the Uncle Ben day, this upthrust here. If you're watching us on Tiger TV, I'll describe it for you. But this upthrust right here, let me get an actual, I don't need to get my tool out. Nice big up there. This was after the Fed FOMC minutes came out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon last Wednesday. Now, of course, at that stage, you kind of put yourself into that mental, go back to the FOMC minutes. And I actually had a buy signal inside the ES Mini before the minutes were released. Not like a minute before, but within half an hour. This is a 30-minute chart that you're taking a look at here on Tiger TV. I didn't take that buy signal because when the FOMC comes out, for me, that's a time to step aside and just wait for the next trade to actually set up. In this case here, picture yourself back there. back then. The market took off. If you weren't in the trade, you're sitting there saying, should I get in? Should I get in? Should I jump on board? I mean, the Federal Reserve, they're just going to print money. I can't tell you the number of emails that I got from folks just saying, don't fight the Fed and all of this stuff. Look, markets, the way that nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. So it just depends on what the time frame type trader that you are out here. And what this system that I'm going to be teaching folks, all the parameters so they can set it up on their system, and it works on different time frames as well. But I like trading the ES Mini on 30-minute charts or even a little bit shorter charts, longer charts as well. But what this did here is just picked a change in trend. I went short. You guys know that because I was on the air on that following Thursday, showed you the trade that I was in out here, and it picked the top right up here. I mean, really just a few ticks away from the top. Now, these patterns that you see down here on the bottom, these are not confirming signals. These are triggers that send text messages to me to let me know that a potential trade. The difference is, and even I got the potential trade signal out here. Of course, I went ahead and fired away on that. I think the confirmation came in at 7 o'clock in the morning on that Thursday. And it's really all about having a strategy. I can show you pattern after pattern after pattern after pattern that doesn't work. And that's really, what I did was learned all of the different pattern tools. Well, not all of them, but learned many of the different pattern tools that were available to us in the marketplace. I mean, just like many of you, you bought the books, you studied, maybe you went to some courses out there, and, you went and you took a look at charts and you did all those things. Trust me, I mean, I started from zero. I started from, zilch when it came to technical trading. So I know, and I'm very much a self-taught person because I'm passionate about this just as I am passionate about the other elements of life out there. And in this case here, and what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is like any other great student who wants to become a teacher out there, and that is take what somebody else has done and find something that's been overlooked by connecting other things out there. And that, in essence, is what I've done because I studied these parts. I don't know if you've ever done this, but, I thought I had the patterns. I read the books. I said, okay, I know where this is going. And price would get to that stage, and guess what? Even though it was supposed to turn, it didn't. Have you ever done that? And so I wanted to go out there and answer the reasons. How could I improve my trading? Because I got into those trades, and guess what? It didn't work. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. That is a great tool out there. Because we were live on the show a couple days ago, and it gave us that trend reversal signal. And all we've done is bounce up, but we got actually two of them, recently in the past couple of days out there. And it's a great tool out there. And, it doesn't, you may not trade the futures. You don't have to trade the futures. What you want to be able to have is you want to have a triptych. You want to have some type of signal system, especially if you trade the single, the double, the triple ETFs. If you're trading the TNA, TZA, the, SDOW, the SPXS, SPXL out there, well, you need to have this kind of a tool in order to be able to trade those vehicles properly out there. So if you're interested in that, you can get all the details on the homepage at TFNN.com. You can sign up for the course still, and I'll go ahead and I'll share all that with you. When we get back from this break, we'll go out to Baskin Ridge, New Jersey, to Dan. He wants to take a look at ticker symbol RKT. RKT sounds like that could be a little rocket ship. We'll see if it is. 877-927-6648. It looks like this is a rocket ship that lost its fuel tanks. We'll be right back.
With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is up 90 points right now. S&P up about 8.5. And let's go out to Basking Ridge, New Jersey, to Dan. Dan, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you this morning?
Doing well, Steve. Thank you.
Excellent. You want to take a look at Rock, Tennessee. RKT is the ticker symbol. Tell me what you're doing and how I can assist you.
Yeah, it looks like it broke the up channel pretty badly. Like the up channel going back to, I guess, October of 2012. And am I looking at that right? Hold on. I'm sorry, Steve.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But I mean, it has broken badly. That's for sure. You know, are you in the equity? Are you looking to
No. As a matter of fact, I'd like to go short if it tests about 114.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, because at this stage here, you know, I mean, this thing had a big bearish engulfing candle, key reversal week. Now it's the weekly chart here that I'm looking at the moment, which was last week out there, and you're getting some additional confirmation. So, you know, on the weekly chart out here, the bullish news is that it still looks like on the weekly chart you've got a high volume high out there. So at some point in time, Rock Tennessee, RKT, should get back up there and test that on the weekly chart. But it has switched certainly from bullish to bearish. Now that's the weekly chart that I've got. I'm going to go ahead. Let me put the daily chart back up on here for you. So what you'd like to see, on a day like today, I mean, it's still continuing to move lower. So the question becomes, where would you put on the short? And you said you would want to put on the short at what stage?
Looks like 114, but I don't know if
it'll bounce back up there. Yeah. That's the
382.
Right. I think what you do need to do, I think you're absolutely on the right track here to not pull the trigger just yet. And the reason that I say that is because the trading session of April 24th, Dan, if you take a look at that, you had a nice high volume breakout. And the volume there was 3.7 million shares. So even though this thing has broken its trend, you've gotten some reversal signals here, the volume on the pullback is not, it's still not anywhere near as high as that volume on that trading session. And the high of that bar is 103.07. And so I don't think that the reward to risk is worth it right now to just pick up, the 4 points on there. I think if it were to retrace, then you would want to go ahead and take a look at, some type of retracement element on this. It's a pretty good looking stock chart. And again, on the weekly, that weekly shows you got a high volume high, so it's going to get up there and test it. So the real question on this equity is what happens as price gets into the bar from April 24th. Now, the low of that bar is 93.50. So I would wait to see if. So I think that the market, what the general market wants to do here, Dan, is it wants to go back and test its highs from last Wednesday. That's at a minimum. There really are confirmed A to B equals C to up patterns. So what I would do is I would try to time this with the market and see if this one follows along at some point in time. And if, in fact, the markets go up and they test those highs and they get over them from last Wednesday, that's telling us that the S&P, the IWM, the NDX, even the Dow wants higher price. And I would wait for those patterns to complete. And then if this thing has retraced, I would say that is probably your trigger point to try to time this trade here if you really want to go short this trade with the markets. But know that it will find or should find some support here at that April 24th level, somewhere between $94 or $93.50 and 103 area.
All right.
Okay?
Good deal. Thank you.
Hey, you bet. Thanks so much for calling. That was Dan in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. That was on ticker symbol RKT, which is Rock, Tennessee. Rock, paper, scissors out there. What's great, folks, is I've been fortunate enough to have traveled all around the world. And used to have a retail store in Osaka, Japan, and had a great business partner out there. And so, as a result of that, I've seen, so much of Japan. It's absolutely one of my favorite countries out there. And to talk about a group of people so respectful, so clean. I remember, many years ago jumping into the first taxi cab that I had ever jumped into. Now, figure this: I flew to Tokyo or what have you, and probably I went through California. But even when I went to California, I hopped in a cab to take me somewhere because I tend not to take those trips straight. So coming from the East Coast, I'll stop in California, or later in life I just would stop in Hawaii as a good midpoint out there. In any event, the point is that, you know what most taxi cabs are like in the U.S. here, and you go hop in a taxi cab in pretty much in Asia, but you walk into a taxi cab out in Japan, and, the drivers, they've got the white gloves on, doilies on the seats. I mean, you could eat off of the floors, and you're like, wow. Of course, at that stage, they were just running around in small little Toyotas out there. What's the point that I wanted to make out here? There was a point. What was the gosh darn point? Man, I got so tied up into my story, I forgot the point that I wanted to make. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. What was it? Well, I'm going to have to come back to it when I. How about that? I can't. You talk about a total brain blowout and freeze. Man, oh man, we just had it. Well, anyway, I'll try to get back to that story. What the heck was it? Wow, that's going to bother me. That usually doesn't happen. In any event, so let's just get back to that. That's a signal. That's a signal. Steve will get back to the price charts out here. Let's go take a look at what's going on. So let's go take a look at Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. REGN is the ticker symbol. Of course, you know my mind is spinning on one of the sides there, the right side or something, to try to figure out what was the purpose of that story out here. But let's go take a look at Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. This thing has been a little rocket ship out there. REGN. So let's go see if this wants to go try to attack its highs out here. Now, here's the daily chart for Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. It's a beauty. I've been looking for this thing to actually pull back and test the consolidation level that it most recently broke out of. You can see that's the yellow box that's going across my screen out here. The bottom of which is about the $220 area, the top of which is about $280. So it's a nice $60 move. So if we get back to $280, you'd like to try to capture that in order to go ahead and take it up to about the $340-ish type level. Now remember, consolidation moves. When you break out of a consolidation, what you actually have is a move equal to or greater than that actual consolidation range. As we speak today, it's got a nice bull separating line. This is the most bullish of candles that you can actually have out here. So it came back into the 8-day exponential moving average out here, and that is clearly held as a support as we speak. So as this comes into this swing point, let's see, the swing point high, September 19th, that's at 310.63, 311. So 311, September the 18th, 1.2 million shares, and so far this morning you're up with 251,000 shares. We've been trading for an hour. So my math correctly, you're coming into that swing point with about the equivalent or more volume out here. So that's a big positive. That is on Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. It would be a nice buy, folks. Well, you might want to buy it now. I like the buy at about the $280-ish dollar level out there. So I'll just be patient and see if that trade comes in. If not, we'll look for another trade. No problem there. Let's take a look here at X1. That is struggling this morning. XONE is the ticker symbol. David White certainly called this one. He was paying. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I think these guys issued some more paper here recently. I think he was all over this equity here. Let's go see where this thing is. Was a pretty darn good-looking stock chart out here. And I don't know if it was this session or not. September 9th, we see wide price spread. Not a ton of wide. We see big volume, not wide price spread. I'll get it out. That was on September the 10th. But you can see this thing is continuing lower, and it's going to move down. Right now, it's into this bar here, this last high volume bar from May the 15th. Looks like this actually could be setting up an A to B equals CD down. Your B point on this is September the 17th. And that's at a low of $49, and that had 2.2 million shares. And so far today, you've done 1.2 million shares. That is not looking good for X1. So it looks like this equity here is going to go ahead and pull all the way back to the IPO area, which was February the 7th in the $23.50 to $27 and change. So if you are in this equity and you wrote it up from $27 all the way up to this high out here on August 13th out at $78, and you didn't take some profits, that'll make you say you might want to take a look at a different trading strategy, because at this stage here, you'd have to enjoy the ride all the way. No, you can't enjoy the ride, but it's going to take a ride, looks like, all the way back into that February 7th area, somewhere around $27 and change out there. That was on X1. Caesars Entertainment, they are pushing paper. CZR is the ticker symbol. So let's go take a look at it and see what it is doing here. So you got Caesars Entertainment. Let's go see where this is going to move down to. You've got some volume today, gapping down with so far 3.2 million shares. It's going to head to this high volume breakout bar, which will take it back to about February the 8th. And the price range is about $10.26, maybe up to $14.25. So it's got a bit more to move down to. So this thing here, Caesars Entertainment, maybe this becomes so it should find first place where it's going to find some support. Looks like it would be the 200-day exponential moving average, which right now, that's priced out at $15.49. But if it breaks that area, what Caesars Entertainment ought to do is pull all the way back to the breakout area. And at that stage, if it's coming back with lighter volume, and what I mean by lighter volume, the real benchmark is 9.5 million shares, but you'd like to see it come back and test the area right around the 10-ish and change. 8-ish and change as well. No, let's see, the low 836 from February 7th. You'd like to see it come down there with less than 2 million shares if you're looking to get in on the gaming stocks out here. That's Caesars Entertainment, and that is headed for a lower price out there. Thanks to everybody in the den. They're trying to help me remember what it was, the story that I wanted to tell out there, but I somehow got focused in on the cabbies, and I know that wasn't the intention of the story out there. So at some point in time in my life, I'm sure that I'll remember what the story was about. Anyway, let's go take a look at the ETFs. Let's go see what we've got going on out here. The ETFs being the diamonds, the SPYs. Let's start off by taking a look at the diamonds. So no buy signal confirmation in the diamonds yet. You need to see it close today above 153.39. You get it close above 153.39, and then you've got your buy signal. But otherwise, you wouldn't have it out there. And the diamonds here, they've made a little bit more than a 0.382 retracement. Right now they are priced out at about 153 and a change, it looks like. Volume so far, 1.1 million shares. Yesterday made a lower low of 7 million shares out here. So that's what the diamonds are doing. That's really what you want to be paying attention to, is a close day above 153.39. That would be your long signal inside the Dow diamonds. Let's go see what the SPYs are doing out here. The SPY, that is priced out at about 169.34. This would have a nice confirmed buy signal on a close just above yesterday's high, which is 169.93. So we've been above it, and at this stage now, remember, you get the Dow selling off a bit here. It is down about it's up 41 points. Remember, we were taking a look at the intraday charts, the 30-minute charts, and we were watching as price gets back, and it was in a overbought condition. So now that we know what the market's doing to work that condition off, it's not moving sideways, it's actually pulling back out there. So what we're seeing is to be expected because it was in that overbought condition. The results, though, and we want to be paying attention, it's why you want to be patient. You want to be patient out here. Inside the SPYs, you get it close above the 169.93, and you'll have a confirmation for a buy signal there. And if you don't, then what we can say what the SPYs have been doing is they've been testing this little gap up area that was created on September 16th. That was the Larry Summers gap. That had 126 million shares, and yesterday's pullback was on 117 or 112 million shares. So still on lighter volume because that was 126 that it was going against. What the SPYs are also contending with, and what they did yesterday, was they tested that May 22nd high, and that was at 169.07. That's got 243 million shares out there. So that's what's going on inside the SPY. Let's go take a look at the IWM as well as the Qs here. The IWM right now, that candle session here, just another small-bodied candle. Again, no bearish reversal signals whatsoever inside of the IWM here. It's just really trying to fuel itself up in order to be able to break out above the September 18th, the Ben Bernanke bounce day. That number would be 107.61. Let's finish this off by taking a look at the Qs, see what they are doing here. I can't tell if it gapped up this morning. Oops, that wasn't good. Let's go see if this, in fact, gapped up this morning here. No, it did not. But take a look at this. This is bullish configuration out here, still traveling with inside Uncle Ben's day from September the 18th. Let me go over here before we quickly go to break. We're going to go to the 30-minute. We're going to go to the EKG of the markets. We're going to take a look at the over, so you can see how it is clearly worked off. This is the Dow futures. Here's the weak link out here. But take a look at how it moved in, repelling that 200-period exponential moving average, 200-day. So on the 30-minute chart, on the Dow futures, put up the 200-period. Because you get it close above that today, that'll confirm any kind of breakout. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.6% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. And all 6 of those winning trades had been initiated no earlier than just the previous month. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began, and right now you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber, as this volatile gold market provides trading opportunities after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting TFNN.com. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Questions are the answer. You want a better life? Ask a better question. My driving force in life is, how can I become the intelligence behind financial freedom? It's why I take massive action. It's why I've invested over 10,000 hours and thousands of dollars to create the answer, the ultimate money machine. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, and on Friday, September 27th, I'll be hosting a 1-day online master trader course, The Ultimate Money Machine, where I'll teach you the exact same trading strategies that I use every day when trading the markets and advising my newsletter subscribers. Learn how to precisely identify the market's next move, when to pull the trigger by letting the market commit to you before you commit to it, and how to manage your trade to maximize your results, just as we did in the month of August, when I advised my newsletter subscribers of 11 new trades, resulting in 1 loss and a combined profit of 129%. Our next move? It's days away. The cost of this course, $595, less than $2.50 per trading session over the next year. If you're looking for the answer, it's the Ultimate Money Machine. All the details on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Thanks, folks. Welcome back. Dow's up 44, S&P is up 4, and I was able to figure it out. It was, I was speaking with Dan at Baskin Ridge, New Jersey, and it was RKT, Rock, Tennessee, and it was my comment when I said rock, paper, scissors that immediately took me back in state to some of my days in Japan out there. So I just to get that story out, not that it actually even means anything, but it was the rock, paper, scissors comment. Now, I've had the fortunate opportunity to play a lot of golf over in Japan and in some different tournaments, not professional tournaments or anything like that. And really just immaculate golf course. If you ever get a chance to play golf over there, you really should. I mean, just incredible golf. Now, you got to get, it's a total different golf experience. So for those of you that are used to, showing up to the club or what have you, going out and playing 18 holes of golf, it's a total different experience over in Japan. You do show up at the club. That's the first part. Then you have, usually you'll have breakfast. You go out and you play 9 holes. Now at the turn, they've got a nice turn houses. Here in the U.S., we've got turn houses, between 9 and 18. Over in Japan, you've got a nice little turn house at the 4th hole. So after 4 holes, between the 4 and 5, you've got a little bit of a turn house there. And then after the first 9 holes, you come in and you actually eat and or drink. So in some of the betting games that you have over there, it's a dangerous thing to be on your game. Most people, most golfers, our game seems to change anyways after the 9th hole for whatever reason. But it can really change over in Japan because you you go back into the clubhouse, you eat, and then you go back out there. But in some of these tournaments that I have played in, because it's a really great camaraderie thing out there, and they'll have different gifts or something like that, and if there's ever a tie for something, the way that the ties, because you don't go back out onto the course, the way that the ties are broken is by playing rock, paper, scissors. So that's the long story for how I actually got to the rock, paper, scissors comment, and I probably should have just forgot it, shouldn't I? In any event, let's take a look at what it is that we're looking at for today. Here is the key. From the bulls still have control of the marketplace. In order for them to lose control, you need to see the VIX index get above the 50-day exponential moving average. That's at about 1450, I believe, and you would need to see net declining issues inside the New York Stock Exchange of 836 or more. If I take a quick peek, see what the New York Stock Exchange is doing, we got 341 net advancing issues out there. This is at the end of the day. So that's what's going on inside the marketplace. I did mention we would take a look at Google, so we're going to do that here before we hand the show off to Basil Chapman. If we take a look at Google, let me get rid of this little trend line that is out here. Google, as it made its high back on July 16th, out at 927.97. It was doing that. It was coming from an overbought condition, made a bearish engulfing candle, traveled all the way down to that hammer low. The hammer low is June the 6th. So far right now, even though we've seen a little bit of bearishness inside of Google, it's really just been consolidating sideways. So it's been consolidating sideways ever since this little gap up session on May the 6th. So from May 6th through today, sideways consolidation, the low of which is the hammer candle, which we'll use, which is 847.22. The high of which I'd say that really the top of the consolidation seems more likely to be about the 920 level. So if you get Google to pull back more, pull back into that hammer low, which would be 847, do it on less than 2.5 million shares, do it on less than 1.8 million shares. That is what would set up your consolidation buy inside Google. Remember, that is a consolidation. If it closes below 845.56 or so with some conviction, that consolidation range will move down to the bottom. Thanks so much for being here, folks. Stay tuned. Basil Chapman is up next. It's Terrific Thursday. That means we got our man Larry Pesavento. After Larry, we've got Daryl Martin, David White, Andy Hecht, and the Tom O'Brien Show from 4 to 6. See you on Monday. Have a great weekend, and hope to see you at tomorrow's Master Trader course. Have a great day, folks.
Are you ready to ride the next bull market wave? Catch the Chapman Wave. Using the Chapman Wave methodology, Basil's very comprehensive daily newsletter, The Opening Call, gives the short, intermediate, and long-term analysis for the key indexes. In his Trader's Corner, he gives a brief market summary and expectation for the day with possible trades, both long and short, which are reviewed daily. A position. Subscribers sold recently for plus 42% on parts and plus 64% on rest. And Hertz Global has a core position for 6 months. A current position entered as a turnaround company is trading over 100% of its entry point as a portion sold earlier for a plus 21% gain. Subscribers to the Opening Call see the Chapman Wave techniques demonstrated and explained daily to also educate investors. Now you can get a free 2-week trial. Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.